Hey, what's up everybody? John here. This is Delighted Acres Farm. So today is Thursday and Kelly and I took the day off today because we still needed to get our Oklahoma driver's licenses, and we're coming up on a year being in Oklahoma, and we thought, okay, it's time. We need to change our license over. And so we got up this morning and I went out to let the chickens out, and I almost went back in the house to get a coat because it was kind of chilly this morning. I was surprised. It was, I don't know exactly how chilly it was, but let me just say yesterday was 101 degrees. Today, the temperature got up to 74. So it was pretty chilly this morning in comparison to yesterday. And I did not complain at all. But I went out, put the chickens up, and then I came back in the house and I put on some jeans. And we started getting ready for the day because we were going to get our driver's licenses, and we were expecting to go to the traffic safety office to get all of our information put in the computer, and then have to go to the tag agency to actually get our license and everything, because that is what it said online, and that's what other people have talked about. That's what we have to do. And so we went to Enid, Oklahoma. We went to the office where we had to go, and we got there 5 minutes after 8. The doors open at 8 o'clock. Well, guess what? If anybody is familiar with going to any agency of any sort, people always line up early. And so we didn't get up there as soon as we probably should have, but that's okay. We got there about 5 after 8. And we got signed in, and we finally got called back, and we went through the process, paperwork, all that stuff. And they said, well, if you pay here, you don't have to go to the tag agency. Well, that was a new development. That is something that's something that has not been the case for very long. Even the guy that was working on my paperwork said it was pretty new. And so it was a one-stop shop today getting our licenses, which in turn saved us 2 to 3 hours of our day. So we took off work today. We took 2 hours of our day to get our licenses, and the rest of the day we just enjoyed. So we enjoyed spending time together. We went shopping. We had breakfast. I got some cowboy boots, other stuff too. We stopped in the town just north of us and stopped at a little restaurant that is, it's not a new restaurant, but it moved from a small location to a brick and mortar location. And so we stopped in there, and the guy gave us a tour of the building and showed us where back before statehood, there was a doctor that actually had an office in the building, and where he lived upstairs, we looked up through some access holes. We didn't actually go up the ladders or anything, but that was cool. We spent the day exploring and shopping and just kind of enjoying ourselves because we weren't at work. We had time together, and so that's what we did. So anyway, y'all, back to being cool. So it is that time of year that we're still going to have days where it's hot, but we also have mornings and some days where it has cooled down. And so we're on the downhill slide. Today is the first day of fall. Like I said, it's chilly. Right now it's in the mid 60s. It was 74 earlier. Got a breeze blowing, and I've got a hoodie on. Kelly has put a flannel on, and she is actually in the house right now, and she is warming up some coffee from this morning. We're going to sit out here and enjoy the weather and have some coffee before it gets dark and before we have to put the chickens away. So we took just a little walk through the yard, through the garden and all that. Kelly was out here watering the mums and some of the other plants here in the front of the house. Y'all, all summer long, we've had black crickets, and that's the case every year, black crickets, and they're just nasty and gross. But this time of year, they really start to get thick for whatever reason, and so they're all over the wall. And whenever Kelly was watering, they were coming out of the little flower bed up onto the porch, and but we also have the grasshoppers, and y'all, we've got big, beautiful pumpkin plants. We have nice long runs coming off of them. And the grasshoppers decided they were going to eat all of the leaves off of one of the runs. And that is just weird because they just ate the leaves off the one run. But hopefully they don't get on the others, because we want at least our orange pumpkins to ripen fully so that we can harvest them and do something with them. We don't want to just have them be pretty. We want to be able to do something. So that's our goal. So we got the grasshoppers. Last night, there were a pair of grasshoppers mating, and so they were stuck together. I grabbed them, and I threw them in a spider web over the window in front of the house, and there is a beautiful black and yellow zipper spider. I can't exactly remember the name of it, but that's what we call them because the little thing they make in their web looks like a zipper. And so I have always called them zipper spiders. Some people call them banana spiders, but whatever they are, Spider had a feast, because it wasn't about 10 minutes later and he was wrapping up that couple of grasshoppers. And I noticed that there's a big egg sac in the windowsill, and there's also a little bug that it also had captured. So anyway, what else? Went out, checked the chickens, and Kelly and I started brainstorming about what it would look like to build a fully enclosed run, and also ideas about how we are going to protect the chickens whenever winter comes. We want to make sure that there's no drafts and stuff that gets into the chicken coop. So we have just different ideas right now that we're kicking around, trying to figure out what we're going to do. So probably going to get a couple pieces of plywood and just stand them up on the north side of the coop. That will block all of the wind and any snow that will blow in the wind and whatnot. Because chickens are pretty hardy. They can do pretty good when it's cold, but if it's drafty, then they have some problems. So that's what we're kind of looking at, is getting some plywood and just making a windbreak. If you have any ideas, if you have a store-bought coop that has gaps in it, what are some ideas that you have about windbreak or keeping drafts out of the coop? Drop some comments down below and let us know what your thoughts are. What are your ideas about that? Yeah, so it is beautiful out here. There's a little bit of a breeze, and I'm glad I put my hoodie on because otherwise it would be cold. But Anyway, y'all, I am going to get off here. I just wanted to say hi and just let you know weather is changing. I know it's going to be hot again. How's the weather where you are? We talked to my father-in-law on the phone earlier, and it's his birthday today, and it was in the 50s there this morning, and it's going to be about 42 degrees tomorrow in Southwest Ohio. So, y'all, what about where you are? How's the weather? Is it cold? Is it still hot? Yeah, let me know down in the comments, and I'm always interested to see how things are going for you guys. Y'all, if you have anything else, any ideas, any things that you'd like to share with us, any questions that you have, let us know, and we will try to answer those for you. And we always enjoy the contact with you guys and the interactions that we have. So thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hit the like button if you like the video. If you're not a subscriber, please do that, and ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever new stuff comes out. Y'all have a great rest of your day, whatever day it is that you are watching this, and I will see you on the next video. Hello, fall.
Hello,
Hello.
everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. I don't even. I think she says something different, but.
No, I think she does. Hello, everybody. Play ball. Grace.
The
blessing. I want you to say the blessing. We talked about who she was, right?
Yeah.
What character she played.
Yeah, Betty Boop.
Betty Boop.